Hello and welcome to the latest episode of This is Paris, your visit up close and personal with French champions Paris Saint-Germain. Coming up, we take a look back at the trip to Bordeaux as Les Rouges et Bleus look to continue their 100% start to the season. We hear from coach Thomas Tuchel and Italy midfielder Marco Verratti about Les Rouges et Bleus' playing style, and then it's off to Strasbourg for week 16 of the championship.
Sono Marco Verratti, voi guardate This is Paris.
In week 15 of Ligue 1, Les Parisiens took on Bordeaux. Paris Saint-Germain came into the game looking for a 15th consecutive win to start the campaign. Paris, who hadn't lost in Bordeaux since March 15th, 2015, at the Girondins' former Stade Chaban-Delmas.
Marco.
Despite the inclement weather in Bordeaux, there were plenty of fans waiting out the front of the team's hotel, and Edinson Cavani didn't mind getting wet to sign a few autographs. Four days after the win over Liverpool, coach Thomas Tuchel went with a 3-4-3 formation. Alphonse Areola replaced Gianluigi Buffon between the posts. And Dani Alves returned to the starting lineup for the first time since returning from a 7-month injury layoff. Stanley Nsoki stepped up alongside Thiago Silva and Thilo Kehrer in the centre of defence. Like against Liverpool, Marquinhos lined up in midfield, this time alongside Julian Draxler and Angel Di Maria. Edinson Cavani, Kylian Mbappe and Neymar Jr. were the trio in attack. And the Paris Saint-Germain attacking armada was quickly onto the front foot. Neymar won back possession and found Di Maria unmarked, but the Argentina star fired wide. In the 34th minute, Neymar released Dani Alves, who crossed back to his compatriot, who netted his 11th goal of the season, his 30th in 32 Ligue 1 matches with Paris. It was Dani Alves' 8th career assist in Rouge et Bleu. Neymar was causing havoc in the Bordeaux backline, Di Maria this time hitting the post.
We lost concentration, intensity, and we lost our football. That's why Bordeaux had the chance to score against us.
Yann Caramo broke down the right and crossed where Jimmy Brion fired home the equaliser. It was early in the second half, but Paris fought back immediately. And on the hour mark, one World Cup winner assisted another when Julian Draxler played in Kylian Mbappe. The Frenchman netting a European high 12th goal of the season. Angel Di Maria, however, was all out of luck, his trademark curling effort hitting the crossbar. Eric Maxime Choupo-Moting went down under the challenge of Benoit Costil, but the referee weighed play on. And with 6 minutes to go, Andreas Cornelius headed home beyond the outstretched hand of Areola to claim a share of the spoils. Bordeaux becoming the first side to deny Paris victory this season.
They stopped our winning run, but we are going to keep on working. I'm still happy because we played a solid game with good intensity. We played like a team.
Bordeaux deserved their draw. We didn't win, so we have to try and do better on Wednesday.
We have another important match coming up on Wednesday, so we have to work hard on our recovery and look to win that one.
At the Ballon d'Or ceremony last week, the outrageous talent of Paris Saint-Germain's wunderkind Kylian Mbappe was recognised again as he won the first ever Raymond Copper Trophy for World Under-21 Player of the Year. The world champion, just 19 years old, became the second youngest player to score in the World Cup final in July after netting 13 goals in his first season in Rouge et Bleu. Kylian currently sits top of the scoring charts in Europe's Big Five leagues, with 12 goals scored in Ligue 1 already this term, as well as a further 2 in the UEFA Champions League.
I'm very proud, of course, because it means we have made a little mark on history. That's why we play football, to enjoy ourselves, to win and to make history. It's also one of the reasons why we have to keep on working hard to help my teammates to keep winning and do my very best to help Paris Saint-Germain. None of this could happen without them. We say it all the time, but without your teammates, you are nothing. They're the ones that enable you to perform at your best, to show your talent. That's why I thank them, and I know how good they are. Yes, the chairman sent me a message. It's nice to know that the chairman is following you and knows what's happening. I thank him for that and thank everybody at Paris Saint-Germain.
In the running for the senior Ballon d'Or, Kylian Mbappe finished 4th, Croatian Luka Modric winning the trophy.
Everyone has their own story. For him, it's more of a reward for his career, everything he's achieved. I'm very happy for him because he deserves it and he's a great player. Congratulations to him. I dreamed of moments like these, like every kid. I did everything I could to get here. The hardest thing is not getting here, it's staying here. I finished 7th in my first season, 4th this season. I have to keep on working and keep on improving.
One week after their excellent performance against Olympique Lyonnais, second place Paris Saint-Germain hosted 8th place Soyo to the Stade Jean-Bouin in week 12 of the Women's Division 1. Olivier Echouafny's side dominated the early exchanges but were unable to translate it onto the scoreboard. Hannah Glass had the first chance in the 20th minute before Anaïta Zamanian tried her luck from distance. From Zamanian's corner, the Brazilian central defender Diane headed over.
I don't think we played well in the first half. We weren't clear with our intentions. At least we didn't play the way we wanted to fulfill our ambitions. The second half was a lot better, across the board, especially with the impact off the bench of Formiga, Wang and Caddy, who really got us right back on the right track.
Just before the hour mark, Hannah Glass finally made the breakthrough with a cross that eluded everyone to nestle into the back of the net. 1-0 for Paris Saint-Germain. Summer signing Wang Shuang then produced a superb touch at the near post, only to be denied by the Soyo keeper.
That first goal took a bit of pressure off, and I came on and was able to score.
With 20 minutes to play, Kadi Diatou Diani left the Soyo defence standing before lifting the ball over the keeper and in off the underside of the bar. It finished 2-0 for Paris. Les Rouges et Bleus stay second in the standings, 2 points behind Lyon.
Just quickly, girls, a win is just that. You have to dig deep, and when it's not easy, they came here to defend and get a draw, and they almost pulled it off. You played well in the second half, and that's what we need to take from this match. We can't drop any points, and we didn't. Perhaps we could have scored a few more goals, but we finished strong, and that's the most important thing.
Paris's first ever Chinese footballer Wang Shuang was recognized this week at the AFC Awards as Asian Player of the Year. Like Kylian Mbappe, the 23-year-old has starred not only for the Rouge et Bleu, but also her national team in 2018. 15 matches undefeated, including a Big Five European League's record of 14 straight wins to begin the campaign. Thomas Tuchel arrived in the French capital with the reputation as a tactically demanding perfectionist, something he's clearly passing on to his players.
For me, this is the most important thing, that we train in every week the same, that we don't value like, but here is like a league game, a cup game against the second division. Oh no, now we can now we concentrate more and more intensity because we play Champions League. No, it's our talent. And our talent is an obligation to give our best, and for that but this is a mindset, for example, that Dani Alves has, and I believe that for this mindset he has these trophies. It's a mindset Maxwell had in his career. For him, it's like even if he plays with the staff, he gives his best in this game. He does not value opponents and value and managing his own minutes, but there's a mindset for champions. It's important that the guys stay fit, do not have injuries and do not take risks to be injured. I mean, these victories and the approach of like, let's try something, I think it would be the wrong signal for the team. It's more or less, but that we get more and more confident. But at the same time, it gets more and more difficult to keep the focus. It's very hard to build the team up again and give it back on confidence and keep the track. If you win all the time, it's maybe more the challenge to keep them focused and let's play on these terms. Well, we changed a lot. It's a bit of an up and down, like the intensity we had, already had in gegenpressing, and then we lost it a bit over the national break. Then again, we were very, very strong. I think we have improved a lot in terms of intensity, in terms of structure, in terms of helping us and on the field. And yeah, we have to show it now on the highest level.
Coming up on This Is Paris, we sit down with Marco Verratti to talk about life without Thiago Motta and the Champions League. And then we head to Strasbourg, looking to maintain the club's unbeaten record in Ligue 1. Last week, Paris Saint-Germain revealed their latest fashion collaboration with Japanese streetwear label Bape, an entire new collection dedicated to the colours and the style of the capital club.
We can see that PSG are branching out. They're interested in the whole world. This is a Japanese brand with a Parisian football club with the city of Paris. And it's great for PSG's international image.
I've come here to see the collaboration between Bape and PSG, which brings together two passions of mine, football and fashion.
Here today, waiting for the queue. There's a lot of people here for Bape and PSG. It's a very nice collaboration. So I hope I will get the hoodie today, hopefully.
13 different items comprise the collection, including 3 reserved exclusively for Rouge et Bleu fans, who got a sneak preview at the avant-première at the Bape shop in Paris.
It's really super cool. The whole collection is so stylish.
After the international success of the Jordan collaboration, Paris Saint-Germain has unveiled its second fashion partnership of the season. Since its creation in 1993, this is the first time the Japanese brand has partnered with a football club.
Magnificent. Incredible. I've been a Paris fan for years, and this is just perfect.
The colors are really amazing. The colors of PSG, the camouflage, the hoodies, the jackets, everything is great, exceeding expectations.
On the 18th of July 2012, Marco Verratti signed for Paris Saint-Germain. At just 19 years of age and without any previous top-flight experience, the teenage Italian quickly emerged as a key member of the squad. Partnered by the experienced Thiago Motta, the two Italians provided 2/3 of one of Europe's best midfields. I spent some magnificent years on and off the pitch with Thiago, but especially on the pitch where he really helped me grow. I was very young when I signed here, and I quickly took him as an example. He's very professional, a player with so much experience. Every single player that joins Paris Saint-Germain falls in love when they watch Thiago play. He has his own way of playing. I don't think there's anyone like him. I miss him, and I think Paris misses him too, because he was very important for us. And when I stop playing, I'll always have great memories of the time I spent on and off the pitch with him. At 26 now, Marco Verratti is heading into the golden years for a midfielder with maturity and understanding. He's now one of the most experienced players in the changing room, with more than 250 appearances in Rouge et Bleu. We're playing every 3 or 4 days, playing with the national team and in the Champions League. And I'm reaching the age where you know your body very well, you have more experience. The more matches you play, you do get older, but things get a little easier on the pitch. And that's why this is an important year for me. And I hope it will be a magnificent year for the whole team. He's a coach with a lot of ideas, and I think he has a lot of different tactics, all in his head. It means we can change our formation depending on who we're playing against. If they play with 2 or 3 attackers, it can always be a bit different, and the coach prepares the tactics very well. He tells us what he wants, and it's not always easy. But I think it's very positive for the team to be able to change tactics like that. We're doing it well. I think until now, we've done very well this season. Everything is going good with the coach, and it all bodes well for the future. You have to have the desire. You need to make sacrifices, and I think everyone did that against Liverpool. I could see the forwards working so hard. That always makes it easier for us behind them, because we can focus purely on our own job and not that of the others. I think in big matches like that one, you need everyone pulling in the same direction. Otherwise, you will never win. These are the types of matches where you have to suffer. That's normal. But suffer like that, the way we suffered, was a sign of our maturity, proof that we're a team, that we can defend together as one. We also see the criticism. I see what people are saying, that we're just players put on the pitch, that we aren't a team, that we're not ready to work hard together. Sometimes that can be really hard to take, because we give everything for this jersey. We give everything to win matches. And sometimes we win, sometimes we don't. Football is a series of events, of little details, and in recent years things have gone against us. Matches where there were penalties, other things, always against us. Against Liverpool, it was our last chance. We knew a draw could see us out of the group. We sent a message to ourselves and all the other teams, and people that don't know what they're talking about. There are no easy matches in football, not at club level, not in international level. Clubs that used to be easy to beat are now very organized. We're playing a lot of matches. Sometimes they're difficult, and we're not always in top form. We're not machines, we're human beings. When we start the league, of course we want to win 14 matches, but it's so difficult. We were always very focused, killing off matches as soon as we had the chance. We were, of course, very happy with our start to the campaign. But now we have to get back to winning ways after the draw with Bordeaux, and we hope to do that against Strasbourg.
Parfait.
Paris Saint-Germain travelled to the Alsace region of France in week 16 of the Ligue 1 season. After their draw away to Bordeaux, les Parisiens were looking to bounce back away to Strasbourg. Paris have only ever lost 11 times in 54 top-flight matches against Strasbourg. For this midweek fixture, Thomas Tuchel continued with Alphonse Areola between the posts, but made a number of changes. In the absence of the injured Neymar Jr. and Kylian Mbappe starting on the bench, Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting began the match alongside Edinson Cavani in attack. Thomas Meunier returned at right back with youngster Moussa Diaby on the left. Undefeated so far this season, Paris Saint-Germain dominated the early exchanges. Julian Draxler tested the keeper with a free kick. Strasbourg looked to hit on the counter-attack, and from a cross, Thilo Kehrer was penalised for handball. Kenny Lala scoring from the spot as Paris trailed at half-time for just the second time this season.
In the first half, I think we lacked a little precision in our play, speed in our decision-making and structure.
We knew today we'd be up against a good Strasbourg side, because we know it's not easy to play here against a very physical side. And that's how it was. Strasbourg were very good in defence. Kylian Mbappe was introduced at half-time to replace Stanley Nsoki. And he was immediately into the action, crossing for Kehrer, whose header was miraculously stopped by Cels. Edinson Cavani then went close with a free kick. And with 20 minutes left to play, Paris finally got their reward. Mbappe brought down in the area, and Cavani stepped up to equalise. El Matador's 17th penalty in Ligue 1. Thomas Tuchel's side laid siege to the Strasbourg goal. Thilo Kehrer, again denied by Cels with a header. While at the other end, Areola tipped Thomasson's effort over as it finished 1-1. Paris Saint-Germain, undefeated in their last 16 away matches in the league, remain 14 points clear at the top of the standings.
I really like the way we completely controlled the match in the opposition half, which is very difficult. And we did very well, and we could have won, but we lacked a cutting edge and a little bit of luck in the important moment. And we have to accept the draw. But the performance was okay, like in Bordeaux, and we have to accept the way the opposition played as well.
It's also a good way to prepare for the next match in the Champions League. That will be very important.
Okay. Abonnate al canal de YouTube de Paris Saint-Germain.
Abonne-toi à la chaîne YouTube du Paris Saint-Germain.
Subscribe to the Paris Saint-Germain channel.
Inscreva-se no canal do YouTube do Paris Saint-Germain.